Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So we got some more Spider-Man Homecoming behind the scenes, so we'll break that down. I'll play that in a sec. But we also may have learned when the teaser's gonna drop. So here we go.
Action.
Okay, Tom. Simple side semi off the mini tramp.
Okay.
Big explosive side semi. Kick out, big nice kick out. Left foot land. You got this?
Okay, yeah.
You got it?
You do one first.
I got it first. I'll show you first. That's it. Film it.
How's that, Hemsworth? How's Brisbane, mate?
Tom Holland doing flips isn't a big a deal. It's super badass, but he does this all the time. He even did something like this in his audition for Civil War. The Russos, behind the scenes, were getting him ready, and he was like, hey, should I try and do a flip, or should I try and do some Spider-Man moves during the audition? And normally your agents, the insurance people that are standing around making sure nobody gets hurt, or just giving him the hell no sign. And the Russos were just like, hell yeah, man, go ahead and do it. Now, the ability to do flips didn't land him the role of Spider-Man, but I think that they're working with it. They're like, oh, he could do all this other stuff, so why don't we work it into the movies? But it is really helpful for when they do the second part of this clip, the Greenland scenes. Now, if you don't know what Greenland is, they've been shooting all the Marvel movies for the past year or two in the same place in Atlanta, Georgia. Within that studio, they have a bunch of different sets depending on what type of scenes that they film. When they film a big CG action scene, like the airport Civil War fight, that was like a big CG scene, but they still had to film the actors in their costumes. But then later they put that into the computer. So what you see on screen, like when everyone's running around and when Spider-Man's going crazy, doing all this awesome stuff, it's 100% CG, but they still have to have actors on set to help make it more realistic when they start doing all the digital effects. So there's a physical Spider-Man suit that Tom Holland wears, he's wearing it here in this picture. You can see the upgraded Stark Tech web shooters, but when he has a big fight scene in the movie, that'll be a 100% CG suit. So you'll see scenes where he's walking around with his mask off, where it's not CG, there's a little bit of CG, and then the really crazy stuff when they do go full CG. So see if you can spot it when the movie comes out, but they've gotten really good at it. Most people didn't realize that the airport scene in Civil War was mostly CG. So when the director Jon Watts posted this Greenland video, he said, just got done doing a really hard day. It means that they were filming one of the big action scenes of the film, like Spider-Man versus Vulture. That is going to be a 100% CG fight. Then you have other scenes where Spider-Man is taking villains out in really comedic ways. That might be a mixture of CG and practical. But remember that scene in Civil War during the airport fight where Spider-Man had hooked on to Tony Stark and they were pulling him towards Giant Man? It's going to be a scene like that, only with Vulture. You can imagine Vulture flying through the air in his flight suit, Spider-Man grabbing onto him and just getting flung all over the sky as Vulture flies around. That will have to be 100% CG, but they'll still have to film a lot of Tom Holland acting, which is where this Greenland stuff comes in. So even though it doesn't seem like a big deal that he's just sitting there super tired after a day of filming, they were actually filming one of the biggest things that you're going to see during the movie. Now obviously we don't know exactly what it's going to be, but it will be one of the big action scenes of the film that requires 100% CG. So even though Tom Holland is really acrobatic, he might do a few of his stunts, he still has a stunt man. And I know a lot of people have been wondering who this person is here, who he seems to be hanging out with all the time off the set. Now, he's credited as Tom Holland's PA, which is basically personal assistant. So he might just be a friend of his who also happens to be an actor, and they say, okay, he can be your PA and just follow you around so that you have one of your buddies around at all times, just so you don't get lonely. But a lot of people are wondering now if this might be Harry Osborn and they're stealthing him into the movie. But for now, he's just Tom Holland's PA, he's just a friend of his, and just happens to look kind of like an actor that would totally pull off Harry Osborn. Let me know in the comments though, what do you think they were filming in this big Greenland set? Do you think it was a big Vulture fight? And do you think that they will actually try and stealth Harry and Norman Osborn into the film? Because you can't do Spider-Man without Green Goblin at some point, but I can understand why they don't want to go straight to that in this first film. but that doesn't mean that there's no Norman Osborn in the MCU. When Marvel made the deal for Spider-Man, to share the character, they were sharing all of the attached IP. So there's no Spider-Man characters that they cannot put in these new films, but they really are trying to do something fresh, do something with the Spider-Man character that hasn't been done on screen before. So I'm not going to be super pissed if they don't do the Osborns right away, but I think they'll get there eventually. Maybe by the second film if we don't see him in this. But just a reminder, there's a new round of the giveaway. I'm giving away a copy of the Civil War DVD. It's really like an Amazon gift card for the value of the Blu-ray. There's all kinds of deleted scenes. I'll be doing a video for it next week after it drops. But all you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. They're not quite done filming Spider-Man Homecoming, so there'll probably be more stuff like this from behind the scenes. They'll keep teasing stuff out because I don't think we're going to see the first trailer at least until the Super Bowl next year. But I have heard a rumor that they're going to drop that Comic-Con footage in October. It's just a rumor, but it plays like a funny remix of a high school class schedule. In September, October is when people are back in school, so it makes sense that they would tease a high school film right as everyone is getting back into school. So really big trailer, probably not coming till the Super Bowl along with Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but we might see a small teaser in October. No idea what day that would be, just don't be surprised if your Spidey sense is tingling all over October. But what's going to happen next is they had like a big convention over the weekend. They revealed some really cool stuff about the Flash TV show. So I'll be doing a video for that next. While you guys wait for that to post, you can click here for the Thor Ragnarok Comic-Con footage, and you can click here for the Civil War bloopers. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.